Good morning. Welcome to the last Sunday in March. Where did it go? We are so glad you are here this morning in the sanctuary, joining us online. My name is Peggy Ruth. I will be your celebration assistant this morning. And joining us for the service, we're welcoming our guest minister, Reverend Marge Brown, who will... We've had the privilege of hearing Marge's wisdom for many, many services in the past, so we're so happy to have her back with us. And of course, our illustrious music director, Blair Jones, the band, and our praise singers. Yes. And of course, it's our custom to open with a song. So, Blair?
Oh, yeah. Feature Kevin on this one. That's always fun. Everybody ready?
Not yet.
1, 2, 3. I got no complaints whatsoever. You can join us. I got no complaints whatsoever. I got no complaints whatsoever. And a new day is dawning in my soul. I got no complaints whatsoever. I got no complaints whatsoever. I got no complaints whatsoever. And a new day is dawning in my soul. And a new day is dawning in my soul. Believe it or not, I ain't lying, and I'm not trying to cover up the facts. I've been down, been betrayed, I've been broken open, till I gave up the struggle at last. And I can see all the ways I've been gifted, all the wisdom that has brought me to this place. Through the twists and the turns, I have finally come to learn to trust in this amazing kind of grace. I got no complaints whatsoever. I got no complaints whatsoever. I got no complaints whatsoever. And a new day is dawning in my soul. And a new day is dawning in my soul. The high road is surprisingly easy. Forgiveness shows up without a fight. Through the ups and the downs, I see beauty all around. 'Cause I'd rather be grateful than right. And I get to play with what I'm given. And I find such peaceful harmony. Weaving the light with the deep dark shadow to the music sets me free. I got no complaints whatsoever. I got no complaints whatsoever. I got no complaints whatsoever. And a new day is dawning in my soul. And a new day is dawning in my soul. No regrets. I got no regrets. I'm seriously blessed. I'm seriously blessed. I got peace of mind. I got peace of mind. All the time. All the time. I got no complaints whatsoever. Come on, get up. I got no complaints whatsoever. I got no complaints whatsoever. And a new day is dawning in my soul. And a new day is dawning in my soul. I got no complaints whatsoever. I got no complaints complaints whatsoever. I got no complaints whatsoever. And a new day is dawning in my soul. A new day is dawning in my soul. I got no regrets. And I'm seriously blessed. And a new day is dawning in my soul.
It's a cake. Oh, Kevin, I love you, Kevin. Thank you. What a rousing beginning. Unity of Charlottesville welcomes everyone, regardless of religion, race, national origin, sexual identity, gender preference. Everyone is welcome here at Unity of Charlottesville. And it is our custom to open the service with prayer, so I'm going to invite Reverend Marge Brown to come and do that.
All right, welcome everybody. And I feel very blessed to be here with you today. So let's just take a moment as we take a deep breath together, knowing a new day is dawning, that this is an adventure now that Unity of Charlottesville is on. And as we breathe in that breath of God that breathes us, we drop into our hearts, knowing we have each other, we have strength, we have creativity, we have faith, imagination, will, and divine order. So as we take this moment just to appreciate all the blessings in our lives, as we do it together, we feel it amplify exponentially. And as we take those blessings and we cast them out into the universe, we bless all of Charlottesville and all of the world with what unity is about: harmony, peace, love, and a kinder, gentler world. And for all of this, we are so grateful. And so it is, and it continues to be. Amen.
And may we close this prayer time with our statement of faith. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And now it's time for our favorite song, where we get to greet each other with a handshake, a hug, whatever is appropriate.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting
This was like old home week. Y'all just really got out there and greeted each other. Good for you. We have a few announcements that we would like to share with you. First of all, Maria.
Good morning. All right, I have two announcements, so don't let me forget the second one. So the first one is just to say thank you to all of the people who gathered to celebrate Dawn and Patricia and give them the send-off that they deserve. And I want to say thank you to so many people, to the party planners. We've been working for months to figure out what we wanted to do with that space downstairs. For all the people who came last Saturday morning to set up, not knowing how it was all going to happen, and it happened beautifully. To all the people who came Sunday morning early, to people, Jackie Brown, Christy Youngkin, and Marge, who missed the service last Sunday so that they could be downstairs getting lunch ready. And then for all the people who came to celebrate and all the people who cleaned up, because honestly, I was just chatting people up, and when I turned around, all the tables and chairs and food and decorations and everything had been taken care of. So many thank yous, and just gratitude for the community that comes together in love like that. So many thank yous. All right, and the second thing, look, I remembered. Palm Sunday, Easter season is upon us, so Palm Sunday will be 2 weeks from now. So I'm looking for a handful of people who can help prepare the palms for our palm walk, which will happen on Palm Sunday. It's really simple work. It's actually a wonderful time to come together and chat and catch up with people while we're making this happen. It's about an hour and a half, and depending on who can come and when people can come, it'll either be that Friday, that Saturday, or early Sunday morning on Palm Sunday. So if you can help out with that, please come see me after the service. Thanks.
Thank you, Maria. And now our board president, Greg, would like to share some updates on the transition.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Boy, she just got me shook up now. I wanted to let you all know that the board is going to try a new experiment where one of our board members each Sunday is going to be out in the narthex following the service. So if you have questions, concerns, or just wondering what's going on or what's the next thing happening, that'll be an opportunity to talk with a board member. Of course, you can always approach any of us at any time. Most of us are down in the fellowship time as well, so that's also a time to catch up on things. And just a couple updates. We are going to be meeting with Joanne Burns, who is our contact person with Unity Worldwide Ministries, on April 2nd, and we're going to be just doing a next step meeting with her. And then the board is going to be having a work Saturday, next Saturday, when we are going to really delve into our vacancy packet and start working on that. It's sort of like writing a thesis. So we're going to at least try to come out with some sort of a first draft on that. And we will be actively pursuing our transition specialist. And we've already got one person that we are going to be looking at for that. We possibly will have another option as well. So that's what's going on with transition. And any questions anybody has, feel free to contact us. We also try to put updates on the Unity website, so that's another place where you can get an update if you're wondering. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg, and thank you for all the hard work that the Board of Trustees are doing at this time. It's truly a labor of love and leadership. We're in good hands. I don't see any young folks in the congregation, but Stephen is available at the back of the sanctuary if a family happens to come in a few minutes to have kids' church downstairs. Reverend Marge is going to be doing a workshop after service, and I'd like to share just a little bit about her for those of you who may not know her wonderful history. She is passionate about truth and her Unity teachings. Reverend Marge Brown served 3 Unity churches as senior minister, and she served as hospice chaplain for 3 years. As a healer and a registered dietitian and nutritionist for 40 years, wow, she has moved into coaching with the Institute of Women-Centered Coaching, and her workshop will focus on that this afternoon. Her coaching practice helps women uncover and release the inner barriers which hold them back from rising to their fullest potential. She has a 501c3 healing ministry with Unity Worldwide Ministries, and she has received the Best Alternative Medicine Practitioner Award in Lynchburg for both 2023 and 2024. So help me give Reverend Marge Brown a warm Unity of Charlottesville welcome again.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. And the workshop, I guess we'll start, right after we have a little snack and a little something to eat. And it's just 90 minutes. And it is primarily focused on women just because women, primarily majority, take the full scope of all the meal planning and all that has to be done. And so there's some new research coming out about dementia and how to avoid dementia, and also why women are still getting the majority of heart attacks, and why breast cancer is still the majority, the primary killer of cancer in women. So there's a lot to focus on, and I know this is a busy time of year and it's a beautiful day out there, so if you can come, that would be great. I welcome you.
And you can still sign up after service. I'll be out in the narthex to sign in anyone who hasn't already. It's just a nominal amount and wonderful information. We have a violinist coming on April 2nd. Lots going on in April here. 7:30 Wednesday the 12th. And you can buy tickets online for $25. It'll be $30 at the door. Violinist Jenny Scheinman and All Species Parade. Spiritual Cinema. Jane, you're going to come.
Thank you. Hello, good morning. So I'm looking forward to this next film that we're going to show, and it's next Sunday at 12:15, and we'll be in the sanctuary, so it'll be right after service. But in anticipation of this, I think that this new awareness of highly sensitive people is sort of like when I discovered in the 90s that there was such a thing called attention deficit disorder. I mean, now that's kind of common. That a lot of people say, "Oh, well, I'm ADD." I know someone in particular that I'm looking at right now who says that. And but to me, at the time that became sort of like a cultural shift, an awareness, it put together different pieces of my life in a way that it just clicked. It just made so much sense that I couldn't parse at the time because there was no awareness of that, and I was just being shy or bad or spacey or, whatever. And so in the same way, there's this new awareness about highly sensitive people, and there's an acronym for that, but I am missing it. This film is all about that. It's a documentary. It's not very long, but it's very deep, and it has the music of Alanis Morissette, so it's worth coming to just for that. And so I hope to see you next week.
Thank you, Jane.
Here I am hogging the microphone. Forgive me. I wanted to also put another hat on and make an announcement for the artists in the congregation that I would like to resume our art shows coming up to coincide with our Easter celebration, our Palm Sunday and Easter celebration. So if you know yourselves that you are a creative artist, and I'm going to find you and send you an email and invite you to participate in a group show.
Another opportunity in April on Tuesday, the 8th, 6 to 7:30, Tenzin Wangyal Ripka, and I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, will be here with the topic Transforming Life and Health Through Nature, Movement, Breath, and Meditation. A lot going on around health this spring. And then Reverend Catherine Klein, who will be a guest minister in April, is doing a wonderful book study. 6 weeks on Zoom. It'll be on Thursday nights beginning April 10th into May. Finding Yourself in Transition is a unity text. We do have it available in the bookstore. And this will be a wonderful opportunity for us to study together. We haven't had a book club in quite a while. And if you think about it, it's not just Unity of Charlottesville that is going through transition. The whole world is going through transition. So what a wonderful opportunity as Unity Truth students to share and talk about it together and learn. So I'm signing up. I hope you will too. Holy Week is coming up just around the corner. As Maria shared, we've got Palm Sunday walk, Easter Sunday service. We will be doing the flower ceremony. We haven't done that here at Unity of Charlottesville in a while. And the youth will be dyeing Easter eggs and then having a wonderful Easter egg hunt after the service. So potluck, lots going on Easter. Plan to be here. There is a brochure in the narthex. Reverend Don, in his infinite wisdom, prepared 26 weeks of guest speakers, workshops, concerts. It's all done. All I have to do is kind of make sure things flow smoothly. Pick up the brochure if you haven't already, so you can plan ahead for all the fabulous things that we have coming up. And of course, we always have the Healing Half Hour on Wednesday evenings. Buddy Leffers and I will be continuing that, 6:30 on Zoom. You can get the link on our website. And now, may we share together our mission statement. Unity of Charlottesville empowers everyone to express their unique divinity, making a positive difference in the world.
See your face, I see conviction so sound. I know that now is the time to pray. Now is the time to pray. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of healing. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of healing. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of love. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of love. All right. All right, here we are. So I know you all were praying for me this week because when I Monday thought I should get going, the first thing I got guided to do was open my humor folder. So I do have a joke for you. There was a woman waiting in the checkout line, and she's at the shopping center. Her arms are laden with a mop and a broom and some cleaning stuff. And her hard glances and deep sighs, it was obvious that she was in a hurry. She wasn't a happy camper about the slowness of the line. And then, of course, the cashier calls for a price check on a box of soap. And the woman remarks indignantly, "Well, I'll be lucky to get out of here and home before Christmas." "Don't worry, ma'am," replied the clerk. "With a good tailwind and that brand new broom you have there, you'll be home in no time." So you can retell that joke today because we need to laugh, don't we? Yeah. It's kind of serious out there. All right, so let's see here. I need help from above here. It's like not working. Are we ready? Okay. All right, so Unity of Charlottesville, you're in the process of transition, and there's 3 phases. There's the endings, then there's this middle part, that is the void, and then there is new beginnings. And even if you can't make that class, the transitions class, I would suggest you get the book. I have used that many times in my life getting through transitions. It's by Reverend Robert Brown. He's excellent, and it's a wonderful book to have in your arsenal, I would say. So we have to start with the ending, and we have to go like, oh, why does it have to end? That was rolling along, and we love our ministers, and what we know is change is constant, right? And I've known Reverend Don and Reverend Patricia for 15 years, and they are both awesome. So I fully understand how upset people could be, but each of us has to listen to our guidance, and self-responsibility is actually taking action on that guidance. So Reverend Don got the guidance that says, you need to do something else. And so he paid attention and took action. But he's leaving you. He is beautiful and much loved people. And he does love you dearly. I know, I've talked to him, and this has been very difficult for him. So his leaving brings up a whole array of emotions. It can bring up fear. It can bring up worry, doubt, the unknown. So for many of us, if we have any abandonment issues in this life or any other, it can even bring up anger, resentment, even depression, actually. So does anybody feel any of those emotions? Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
So this is hard for you, and I feel the heaviness in your hearts. Transition is a process of change, and we have a choice always about resistance or acceptance. We can cling because we're fearful. We don't know what's going to happen, and we're in a grieving state, some of us right now. And it can bring up too, I was talking to Reverend Peggy, who's been in Unity her whole life, so reflections on past endings, ministers, people who have left you in the past. And we have to ask ourselves, well, how have we actually processed those endings? So we can meet and grieve in community. So it'd be great to, for those of you that can, meet for that Transitions book study in person. Because in community, we know we share one another's joys, and we also share our sorrows. And when we share our sorrows, we come away with a lighter heart. So we get back to that one reach, one each, which means when you don't see somebody for a week or two, that usually comes in your community, you're actually the one that picks up the phone and says, how are you doing? And then sometimes people will start talking about their grief or their sorrow. And all we want to do is listen, and then we want to pray, so we both leave the conversation uplifted. And your community is like the story of Exodus, where people are leaving. The top, the side button, right? Okay, top. I don't know, I did it. Thank you. Yeah, we love them. All right, so this is where, people are leaving Egypt. It's in the Exodus chapters of 12 to 14. And God summons Moses, and he says, it's time to leave. And they leave in the middle of the night, so their bread didn't rise, and this is why we have unleavened bread. It's the Feast of Passover, which starts in 2 weeks. And in the middle of the night, Moses leads 600,000 people out of Egypt. So we're like the children of Egypt because you've left something, right? You've left a community that was led by your ministers for, 24 years? That's almost a quarter of a decade when you think about it. I mean, a quarter of a century. A quarter of a century they were here almost. Gosh. So you've left what you've known, and the stellar metaphysician, Elizabeth Sand Turner, she may have been a musician, I'm not sure. She says about Egypt, there comes a time when we make our escape from the realm of sense consciousness, and we're very far from our new destination. So slide. So God did not lead Moses and the Israelites through enemy land. Rather, he led them through the desert toward the Red Sea as they journeyed where they were supposed to go. Now, Moses is on spiritual solid ground, as are all of your leaders that have been entrained for a quarter of a century, and he's listening to his true self, that still small voice, and he gets the message from Spirit that says, don't worry, I have your back. So, Moses is keeping his faith. He's a bit disturbed by the guidance that he gets. He says, you want me to what? Like go toward the Red Sea? Like into the sea? You want me to do what? So Moses heard the Egyptians were coming after. So this teaches us a very important lesson. So first, we always have to be ready to listen to that God voice, don't we? And in Unity, we have many names for that God voice. We can say spirit, we can say creative force, intelligence, higher self, whatever you want to call it. It's our intuition, it's our highest self. And when we go against our intuition, our God self, we learn the hard way. And when we do that, life just almost instantaneously gets much harder. Anybody ever experienced going against their intuition? Yeah, all right. And anybody ever get guidance that seems disturbing, like you want me to do what? Okay. So Unity of Charlottesville, you're in this time between no longer and not yet. It's the void. And each of you is tuned into that still small voice. And God led his people with a pillar of clouds during the night, and God was always with them, each step of the way on their journey. Now, how many of us, I'd really like to know this, have something that you tune into when you're asking for guidance, and when you know either that you hear that word or that voice, or somebody calls you talking about the same thing, or you hear a number, how many know that, oh, in your gut, that means go. That means it's the right thing, right? Now, if you don't have that, it's a really good thing to start using and acquiring. And of course, you know, when you put your hands on your gut about a decision you're about to make, if it's totally calm, it is the way to go. If you don't feel anything or you get a little nervous feeling, it means not now. It doesn't necessarily mean no, but it means not now. So once they leave Egypt, they're in this no man's land. They're in nowhere. And as truth students, we know this is the interim period the Hebrew Bible calls the Old Testament. It's the wilderness. It's where we wander sometimes. Anybody ever been in the wilderness? Yeah. For years sometimes? Okay. And when we're in the wilderness, if we're not on spiritual solid ground, life's up and downs can really get us. So you're all the church, and you don't know what's going on, you know what lies ahead. You know you got a good board and you got good leaders, but you're thinking, well, where are we going, and which way are we going to go, and how are we going to get a minister? So the story of Moses, as all of the leaders know here, he's demonstrating that he's on solid ground and he's listening to that still small voice. But there's a little bit of pressure when you've left Egypt and you're going into the unknown. And once the Israelites leave Egypt and they're going to the Red Sea, Moses knows that Pharaoh's released all his slaves and the chariots are chasing them. And they're coming closer, and it looks like an impossible situation. I don't know where that slide is. Let me see if it goes the next one. Not yet. I think could you go a couple back where they see the Red Sea? Thank you. One more back, maybe. Yeah, so they're going to the Red Sea, and you can see the enemies are to the north, and there's mountains on either side, and they just don't know what's going to happen here. So have you ever felt trapped in life? Yeah, right. And it could be anything, right? It could be in a job that you don't like. It could be relationships that need changing. It could be inconsiderate neighbors. And what do we kind of do when we're in that place? We kind of blame someone, don't we? Like a little bit. Anybody do a little bit of blaming there a little bit? Yeah. And right now, you know, as Peggy mentioned, we're in the process of change as a global society. I mean, not only the U.S., but the whole globe is changing. So we're individually in transition, but then the whole world is in transition. And like Jacob, who wrestled with the angel, when we trust and we surrender, we get the gift. And the gift is always, we're going to evolve to a higher state of consciousness. Individually and you collectively will rise to a higher level of consciousness. So during this time, does anybody feel like they might complain just a little bit about something? So after you do the transitions book, it might take another look at that no complaints whatsoever, no complaint book, right? So when we're complaining, we're just not on solid ground. We forget who we are. We forget that we're God's hands and voices and to take action in the world. And so when each of us complains in this community, what we can do is just listen. And we don't want to fix, we just want to listen. And then we always want to say, you know, let's pray about it. And then we are always uplifting one another, and we're leaving in a higher state of consciousness. So the Israelites start complaining because they see what's happening, and they go, why did you bring us to the desert to die? What have you done to us by bringing us here? They're fearful because they feel trapped. They know what's happening. And they're listening. Let's see here. I'll skip the page. So then what they get is Moses says, look, just don't be afraid. Peace be still. And that's where we want to go, to the peace be still. And one of the things about this peace be still slide is it has an exclamation point in Mark. And you don't usually see peace be still with the exclamation point. But I really feel like peace be still. We really kind of need that peace with the exclamation point right now in our society. Does anybody agree with that? Yeah, okay. And what do we do when we get in that kind of moment of angst? We just pause, we breathe, we go into our heart, and all of a sudden we shift in consciousness, and we're in a whole different level. So then Moses gets instructions, and he tells his people, slide please, thank you, he gets the instructions to hold out the wooden staff. Reach your hand over the Red Sea to part the water and get the people on dry ground. And there is a famous story. How many people know the story of May Rowland? Come on. Yeah, just a couple of old timers, right. So May Rowland worked at Unity for 50 years. She was director of Silent Unity for a number of years. And they were outside having a picnic at Unity Village, and Unity around that area, they get a lot of tornadoes. And they saw a tornado coming. You can see yellow in the sky, and you can actually see it. And she said, stop, turn around. And the tornado, everybody watched, and in a little while, the tornado turned around and went the other way. And we can all do this. We all have this power. I do it with my trees all the time. When there's heavy winds, I go out there, I tell them, be flexible, bend, you need to stay up. All right, and they do. It works when you work it. Okay, so Lord tells Moses to pray and get moving, and that's where we go in consciousness. And then the next slide says, these are some reminders that are really good to just keep repeating over and over and over again. God makes a way where there is no way. Isn't that always the truth, you know? And when you think you're in a bind, or when you think you're trapped, or you think something's really annoying you, you don't get it out of your life, God makes a way when there is no way. And then I can do all things through the Christ which strengthens me. So those are really good. So Moses relied on his faith, as everybody's going to do here. And he heard what he was supposed to do, and he didn't. He didn't waver. He faced what seemed like an insurmountable challenge. And is our faith strong enough to not waver during this time? And I know you're all going to answer yes. Let me hear yes. Yes. All right, I like that. All right. So the void can be messy. It brings up changes, as we know. It's kind of like chaos sometimes too, because there will be some chaotic moments. And we always have to remember that chaos is part of creation. It's part of creativity. So each of you is your own church, but collectively you are the whole church. So this is the really important part. So in every group, there's builders, there's stewards, there's helpers, there's prayers, there's artisans. And how we're going to do this together, how you all are going to do it together, is you're going to pick one of those and be that. So let's just take a moment. I'd like you to close your eyes just for a moment. And I'd like you to ask yourself, am I one of the builders? Am I one of the builders in this community who leads groups, facilitates discussions, serves on the board, serves as some kind of leader? Am I one of the stewards in this community who will continue playing my part, as I have been, a holder of the light, doing what keeps the lights on to keep the organization going? Am I a steward in this community? Am I one of the prayers in this community? Am I one of the ones that will actually pray for unity of Charlottesville every night? Ask yourself, am I a prayer in this community? Am I one of the helpers in this community? Will I commit to helping in whatever capacity I can as my time permits, whether it's grounds or kitchen work, fixing things? Sometimes there's cosmetic touches that need to happen. Am I one of the helpers that shows up? Am I one of the artisans in this group? Will I commit to keeping everything beautifully? Lighten hearts through music and song, feeding someone with my creations as we move through this process. Am I an artisan in this community? All right, I invite you to open your eyes again. And maybe you didn't resonate with one of those roles, but I would encourage you to ask Spirit this week, what is my role? You know, unity centers and unity churches, they really operate as unity co-ops because as you know, as all of you know, everybody takes a part. So the third part of transitions is new beginnings, and like every relationship, well, how many would like to just right now go to the new beginning? Right? Yeah, wouldn't we all like to do that? We like to skip those middle pages. But like every new relationship, it takes time and patience, and we have to pace ourselves. You can never rush a new beginning. We're going to have to spend time in the void, and as a group, you're going to decide what you want to create. Once you get on solid ground, what you want, you'll get a picture of it. You're going to have maybe some affirmations on cards that you're all going to pass out. Maybe you're going to meet on one of those free telephone lines every night for prayer for 5 minutes. I made a little card of you for you. I'm not an artisan, and I hope everybody gets one. It's somewhere. And let us say this all together. For truly I tell you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from there to here, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. And I know for a fact that you all have that faith, and I know for a fact that nothing, absolutely nothing, is impossible for Unity of Charlottesville. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. We are the hearts, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. Be a blessing to the world. Be a blessing to the world.
And now let's just take a few moments as we really breathe deeply, that 4-part breath. Notice where that breath starts. And just focus on the inhale and the exhale. And in these few minutes of quiet, we totally give thanks right now for quiet minds that have access to our higher self, to that divinity within us. And as we breathe deeply and drop into our hearts, we feel that presence of God, and we commune here for a few moments in the silence. And now as we gently and gracefully come back to this time and place, You feel your feet on the floor. You might feel a breeze touch your cheek. And we give thanks for this spiritual community, which is a place we can come in person and learn to evolve in consciousness.
Am I on now? Okay. Reverend Marge, thank you. What a beautiful, beautiful lesson.
Thank you.
And didn't she do a beautiful job of giving us a roadmap and a role for where we go from today? This is the time in the service when we have the opportunity to give back to Unity of Charlottesville. And Buddy will be coming around with the butterfly net in a minute. But I'd like to take just a moment to ask something else of you. Last week, we added a ton of chairs back to the sanctuary. Barbara and I counted 207 chairs, about our capacity. And the sanctuary was full, of course, because we were celebrating Reverend Don's retirement. And I'd like you to take a moment right now. You can close your eyes if you want to, and vision one of the empty chairs next to you, behind you, and envision someone sitting there. Perhaps they were here last week. Perhaps they've never been to Unity of Charlottesville before. And send them a blessing right now in love. You are appreciated. You are missed. We welcome you back whenever you're ready to join us. Go in love and peace. And I invite you throughout the week to hold that blessing. If there's somebody that you haven't seen for a while, send them a text, give them a call. Hey, how are you doing? Just like Reverend Brown said. Sure do miss you. We look forward to you coming back to Unity of Charlottesville. And let's see all of these seats filled with anticipation of what our future is, because it's not the senior minister that will be hired. You are the church. Each one of you is Unity of Charlottesville. And it's through your power and your spiritual energy that we thrive. Okay, now get out your wallets. There are many ways to give at Unity of Charlottesville. Certainly you can put your offering in the butterfly net. You can use your phone here and tithe. The information is on the screen. To tithely, very easy to do. You can do it the old-fashioned way. You can mail a check in or do a direct debit like I do. We appreciate all of your gifts, monetary, especially time, but your presence, just your very presence in this sanctuary right now makes a difference. We can feel the power, right? Okay, let's bless our offering together. Divine love as me multiplies and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So be it.
Every time I've fallen and someone picks me up, for every time my anger has been answered back with love, for every time I've weakened and someone else's faith was strong, I will pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. someone was praying when I was scared and lost. For every time a friend was paying when I could not meet the cost. For every day I found forgiveness when I was in the wrong. I will pass it on. Sing with us. Pass it on. Pass it on. You can't take it with you when you're gone. Pass it on. Pass it on. Leave a little love behind you. Pass it on. When the whole world's draped in darkness, and one brave soul shines a light on the frozen and the heartless, finally breaking through the ice, the fear just melts away, leaving hope to stand upon. We will pass it on. Pass it on. New song. We'll do that one again.
All right, so we want to focus on these offerings, knowing that as self-responsible citizens, we give to a lot of organizations, and we need to keep the animals and the people fed, and we need to take care of the wilderness. And nothing's going to happen unless we evolve in consciousness. And so we give thanks for the recognition of all these gifts and blessings that go forth to really bring about unity and peace and kindness. And for all of this, we bless it in the name and in the nature of one of the avatars, Jesus the Christ. Amen. And so it is.
We want to remind you that we do have pastoral care. So if you have a need, you can reach out to the church office. There's a wonderful team that Kim heads up. People are available to do hospital visits, to pick up a prescription at the pharmacy, various things. The healing helpers will be over here in the corner. PMH will be leading that group. Buddy will be available at the front of the sanctuary for individual prayer. Unity is founded on prayer. So find a way to do that today and throughout the week, whether it's with one of the opportunities here or if it's just within yourself in your own personal cathedral. Reverend Marge will be back with us next week. Would you like to give us an idea of your topic? Okay, well, we will wait with anticipation for the next lesson. We sure have a lot to work on this week. We don't have any children to physically bless, but they're important to us. So if they're on spring break somewhere, wherever they may be, let's give them our unity blessing right now. Children, uniteens, YOUers, teachers, and parents, you are loved, special, and important. The Easter service, I think we talked about that earlier, but there's a lot going on, and there'll be volunteers that are needed for hiding the eggs. So reach out to Robin if you're available to help with the youth group. I want to thank everyone that's helped with this service today. First of all, Reverend Marge Brown, thank you, thank you. Our wonderful sound and music team, thank you both. The blessing team that welcomes us when we arrive, a very important team to this church, thank you. And of course, Blair, the band, the praise singers, thank you so much for all you do. Peggy. All right, let's share together the prayer for protection. Ready? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And wherever God is, all is well. And Reverend Marge will be at the back of the sanctuary to greet you. I'll be in the narthex if you want to sign up for the workshop. Plan on coming. Here we go.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous smile. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
What is your role this week? Reflect on that. If you didn't get an answer to a builder, a steward, an artisan, a helper, and a prayer. Amen. Oh, thank you.